Welcome, welcome, welcome to another episode of Liza's BLT. So what's a BLT? It's a body love talk where we talk about everything from emotional eating, confidence, self-care, boundaries, and everything else in between. Who am I? I am Liza Lomax. I am a mind-body food coach. So I get to help folks dissolve that stronghold that emotional eating has on their lives by walking with them through what I like to call the Liza's limitation lifter system. So I've been away for a little while. I haven't recorded any videos, so I do apologize for that. I've been kind of on the road traveling, and a lot of things have actually come up. So just been going through the motions of life and things coming up, and yeah, just life in general. So today I'm going to talk about emotional eating. It's my main topic. It's what I'm good at. It's what my expertise is what I help most of my clients work through. So emotional eating is just a symptom of avoidance to something that someone may not want to have a face-to-face, heart-to-heart conversation about. A symptom of something that we avoid. Eating is human nature. Wanting comfort food is human nature. Instead, the real issue is the uncomfortable emotion we're feeling that's causing us to turn to food as a coping mechanism, a numbing mechanism. So ask yourself these questions. What are you avoiding? What don't you want to deal with? What do you not want to feel? We have been conditioned to not show our emotions, to push them down. And on the subject of conditioning, if you identify as a woman, you have been conditioned to be an unpaid caregiver for the rest of your life. The harsh reality. This is especially hard as mothers because your needs, your wants, your desires go on the back burner to everyone else. We have been conditioned to believe that it's selfish to put ourselves first. Emotions are a sign of weakness. Got to push them down with whatever means necessary. Can't be priority number one. Certainly not. That's selfish. That's undeserving. This is an old paradigm way of thinking, old beliefs that are not ours and have been passed down from generation to generation. In order for us to truly give our all to others, we have to take care of ourselves first, putting that oxygen mask on ourselves first. So how can we fix this? How can we change this? First off, you're not broken. You do not need to be fixed. What needs to be fixed or essentially changed is the beliefs, the habits, the stories, the sabotaging patterns, all that stuff we keep telling ourselves, bullying ourselves about, emotionally eating about, what we need to deal with. Putting on our big people pants on and doing the work to shift it. Doing the work to reframe those beliefs. How can we stop eating emotionally? To stop eating emotionally, I'm going to give you a couple tips. And you've probably heard of these before, but you know what? Really take them to heart and really listen to this. So keeping a food journal, keeping a food diary, it's really important. Writing down everything that you eat, how much you eat and when you eat, how you're feeling is what's most important when you're eating that. And how hungry are you? Not counting calories, not counting macros, not counting any of those things, just writing down what you eat so you can visually see what you're eating. And over time, you will see patterns that will reveal the connection between mood and food. Now, I'm a firm believer in intuitive eating, mindfulness eating, which can be a whole other topic that we'll talk about. I'm very anti-diet culture. Diets set us up to fail. Again, that's a whole other topic. Taming your stress. And what I mean by that is if stress contributes to your emotional eating, try a stress management technique such as yoga, meditation, deep breathing. We take breathing for granted. Breathing, just taking those deep breaths, consciously paying attention to our breath. So important. Have a hunger reality check with yourself. Is your hunger physical or is it emotional? I do this talk one as well. If you ate just a few hours ago and you don't have a rumbling stomach, you're probably not hungry. Give the craving time to pass. Getting support is really important. You're more likely to give in to emotional eating if you lack the good support network that you should have. Lean on family, friends, or consider joining a support group or getting a coach to help you. Fight boredom. Instead of the snacking, when you're not hungry, distract yourself. Substitute a healthier behavior. Take a walk, watch a movie, play with your cat or your dog, or both. Listen to music, read, surf the internet if you want to. Call a friend. Take away the temptation. Don't keep hard to resist comfort foods in your home. If you don't want, if you know that you're going to be tempted, don't keep, and you don't want to be tempted, then don't keep them in your home. And if you feel angry or sad, postpone your trip to the grocery store until you have had your emotions in check. Same goes for if you're hungry. Never go to the grocery store when you're hungry. You'll buy so many unwanted things. You bring all those temptations home with you. But again, it's okay if you bring those temptations home with you. If you know that it hangs you up and you don't want to do it at all, want to cease it, then don't bring them in the home. You know, it's okay to have them. But if you know that it ties you up every single time, you know, and it's a disservice to you, then don't bring them in that house. Don't bring them home. Don't deprive yourself either. When you're trying to lose weight, you might limit your calories too much. You might eat the same foods repetitively, banish treats altogether. This may just serve to increase your food cravings, especially in response to emotions. Eat satisfying amounts of healthier foods. Enjoy the occasional treat. And get plenty of variety to help you curb your cravings. I offer a craving elimination session to reframe those cravings and help you have a better relationship with them. If you're interested in learning more, reach out to me. The craving elimination session is, we're going to take your number one junk food item, and I walk you through a process where it actually remaps it in your brain, reframes it in your brain so you have a better relationship with it. Because what happens is when we crave certain items, we're attaching an emotion to it. Most of the time, it's a negative emotion. So we need to cut that tie. We need to have a better relationship with it. Snacking healthier. If you feel the urge to eat between meals, choose a healthier snack. And I always say healthier, you know, such as fruit, fresh fruit, vegetables, or hummus with a healthier dip, nuts, or unbuttered popcorn. I use olive oil and salt, just olive oil and salt on my popcorn. Or try a lower calorie version of your favorite foods. See if they satisfy your craving. Who knows? Learn from your setbacks. If you have an episode of emotional eating, forgive yourself and start fresh the next day. Try to learn from the experience and make a plan for how you can prevent it in the future. Focus on the positive changes you're making in your eating habits and give yourself that credit for making changes that'll lead to a better health. If you've tried self-help options, but you still just can't get control over the emotional eating, consider working with somebody that coaches on the very subject. I spent 25 years of my life in that stronghold of emotional eating. I spent 25 years of my life obsessed with changing the outside. I was told I wasn't good enough, just as I was. I spent 25 years of my life doing all sorts of things to my body that no one should ever do. I was addicted to diet pills, diet programs, anything and everything there was, I did. 250 different diets I did and took pills. I've been 100 pounds and I've been 300 pounds. And it never mattered where I was on that scale. No pun intended. I was always unhappy with who I saw in the mirror. I've even punched mirrors before because I did not like what I saw staring back at me. I was unhealthy too. I was angry, depressed, mad at the world, hated myself. I put myself in situations where I should have been killed. I almost died twice. I was sexually assaulted. I had an abortion. I drank myself into slumber almost all the time. I was a functioning alcoholic. I had eating disorders, severe body dysmorphia. I was physically, mentally, emotionally abused by others and myself. All because I didn't like the body that I was in. I thought I had to look like what the models in the magazines, the actors on TV and the movies, you know, the beautiful, tall, super thin girls I saw walking down the street every day. And back then, we didn't even have social media. So can't even imagine what it is nowadays. It's probably 1,000 times worse for all you young people out there. I was constantly, it was constantly plastered in my face. People would call me the sweet, chubby friend. Or I was told, you're just big boned. Or, you have such a pretty face. Really? What the does that mean? Really? Really? It gave me an even more of a complex and more damage to my psyche. All those things are horribly offensive. And they set me back even further. The only place left for me was to hit rock bottom, to crash, to burn. And I did just that. I was given a second chance. Don't screw this one up, Liza. I kept hearing in my head. I needed to get my mindset healthy. I needed to get healthy in my head first before anything else could change. I needed to do the inner work to shift what was going on the inside. Once I shifted, that a whole new world and perspective changed. My whole world changed. That light bulb went off. I had found the key, the magic pill per se. I had found what actually works. You see, we are conditioned to believe that we need to go outside of ourselves for happiness, for fulfillment, to change something about ourselves, when really it's the exact opposite. You have to get healthy on the inside before you can change the outside, if that is what you desire. You do not have to do it for anyone else but you. You are the most important. You are priority number one. You put your oxygen mask on first. My life mission is to help everyone find their authenticity, find who they put in a box, who they put on the back burner, left cast aside, help them realize that it's okay to show your emotions. It's okay to take care of yourself, to put yourself first. It's okay to love yourself, to value yourself, to appreciate yourself. You've always had the power to change. You have to want it though. You have to want to be willing to get dirty and heal the inside. You have to be resilient, persistent, patient, loving with yourself. Now, let's go put our people pants on, heal, deal, and shift your shit. Are you ready? Raise your hand. I want to invite all of you that are watching this right now to schedule a complimentary breakthrough session today. We'll talk about where you're at right now, where you want to get to, how you want to get there, and the roadmap to get there. So schedule a call with me today. If I talked about anything that you resonated with, anything at all, let's just have a chat. All right? So that's it from Liza's BLTs today. Tune in next time for another topic. And you all have a wonderful, beautiful, blessed day. Bye.